the comments. I know that we have people on both sides of the coin as far as JJ and Kyler. I don't really, from my take, I'm not taking sides. I want JJ to, at the same time, I want Kyler to
Yeah.
do well. I'm hoping one of these two guys comes out better than what they came in to, because they're pushing, and out of that year from a starting quarterback. And whether it's Kyler Murray, we still don't know if he balls out and has a great year. We don't know that he's truly going to sign with us and what that looks like as a franchise quarterback and how much money he's going to want. And if it is close this year, whether or not Kyler does play well this year, there's still a chance to say, hey, we have something with JJ.
Yeah.
And we're not willing to the money for Kyler.
Well,
What he's wanting.
And
It's
again,
possible.
I don't have a problem with Kyler. If Kyler wins the battle legitimately, I have no problem with the signing, even if he wins it illegitimately. Because people want to say I'm not a real Vikings fan. I'm telling you right now, if I don't care who's the starter, on Sunday, I'm going to be cheering for the Vikings, whether it's Kyler, whether it's JJ. I want us to win. I don't have a problem with Kyler. I have a problem with what I think happened with the signing. I also think it was a bad signing long term. And I brought this up on a show with Rap and Brev before he got signed.
I mean, it was
well. Here, let me explain why.
Million.
Right? No, that. No, I can, and I'll tell you why. Because I think that there's points that outweigh that. But I agree that makes it where you have to at least consider. Okay, let's play this out for a second. If Kyler comes in, he has a no franchise tag clause. He has a no trade clause, although if they were going to trade him because if he wasn't going to be the starter, he'd waive it. But let's say he has a really good season. Okay, then we re-sign him to a long-term contract and we've got our quarterback. But outside of that one scenario, let's say he has a okay season, a good season, but not quite great. Maybe we just miss the playoffs or we get to the playoffs and lose in that game. And what do? Do you sign a 30-year-old Kyler Murray to a long-term contract when he didn't have a great year? Do you pick up the fifth-year option on J.J. McCarthy, still having only seen him in 10 games? Or do you cut bait with both of them and go into the draft and get another quarterback? I don't like any of those options.
As far as J.J. McCarthy, as far as this, I think we've talked about it, but I mean, it's not the right way to develop a quarterback bringing in Kyler Murray. So in that sense, yes, I agree with you in that terms.
So,
but the 1.3, it was hard not to bring him in.
Agreed
for that kind of a deal.
Agreed, but it only pays off if he has an outstanding season, and he could, but that's one of 5 or 6 different likely scenarios, and we don't know which one it's going to be. And my argument is, if we didn't sign him and we brought JJ back, we ride with JJ for 2026, and he either sinks or swims. And by the end of the season,
and I would have been okay with that.
And by the end of the season, we either know we have our franchise guy for the next 10 years, or we don't, and we're going in with a high draft pick in a very loaded QB draft class.
Yep, and I would have been okay with.
And I feel like either one of those outcomes is a much cleaner path forward.
Yeah,
for the team.
Yeah, before the Kyler Murray signing, that's where I was as well too. My preference is to roll with JJ to see what you truly have, because you saw development and growth towards the end of the year in 2025.
Right.
But again, for 1.3 million, it's hard to say a bad deal. And now that he's here, hopefully they can push you to make it better. And we got to just see where it goes from this point.
And I agree, for the short term, 1.3, you can't pass it up. But I think that long term, it's a bad signing unless he has an outstanding MVP level year.
And that's where this guy, our new GM, is going to come into play and have a tough decision.